Dirty, I need your help.
Ah! How the f did you get here?
I broke in, doesn't matter, I need your help.
What the f? How do you even know where I live?
We're both Italian, so I just use my mafia connections.
Makes sense. We are both Italian after all.
Listen, I need your help to upload a video on my channel.
Yeah, you need help. Look at your upload schedule.
You know that LBP Vita video I told everyone I'd make?
Oh yeah, the one you said you were gonna make 2 years ago.
Listen, I was busy. I have a life, you know.
You're a grown-ass man who makes videos about LittleBigPlanet. No, you don't.
Hey, I had a girlfriend once.
Oh, does she equal square root -1 too?
Can you make the video for me on my channel or not?
Fine, I'll make the video and upload it on my channel. LittleBigPlanet PS Vita is like heroin. It makes you feel so good while you're doing it. You always come back for more, and if you get addicted, it will cause a variety of negative side effects. Welcome to my LBP PS Vita Retrospective, because BlazingVictini was too lazy to make it himself. Regardless, LBP PS Vita is arguably one of the best games in the LBP series, featuring some of the most innovative and diverse gameplay, cinematic and immersive stories, and making use of the most useless feature ever put on a console. This video will be split into multiple sections, looking at gameplay, level design, create mode, and storyline. I can't cover the community considering it's, well, kinda dead. But one thing I can do is discuss just how ugly this girl is. I mean, what the story begins with Sackboy running around Carnivalia before meeting the colonial founder, who tells him to run away from his problems, then proceeds to smash out exposition at a rate of 500 kilometers per hour for how the puppeteer has been stealing all the joy in Craft World. The colonial founder introduces us to the Hollow, the bad guys for this game, and gives us his own personal backstory that nobody asked for, continuing to explain the puppeteer's vague backstory, which is built on in later stages of the game, about how he was a puppeteer who was once loved, but started getting booed off stage. God, this guy wouldn't survive Twitter, would he? He then throws away his puppets and vanishes for a brief period of time before returning full of rage, of his Hollow taking full control of Carnivalia. The founder then trains Sackboy in the ways of the Force for a variety of tutorial-based levels and ends it off by trying to kill you with an accordion. I won't go into too much detail on the next couple of worlds, as not too many important things happen. You're simply there for the gameplay, but I will jump ahead to the final few cutscenes, as that is where the juicy storytelling resides. So fast forward to the spooky mansion, everything is turned to shit. You're with this lovely, totally not creepy and disgusting lady who finds a tape that you listen to together. This tape is from the puppeteer, who explains that he threw away his puppets and got lonely, which if you think about it implies that the puppets were alive and he was using them as slaves for his puppet shows, but we'll ignore that for now. It turns out that he went looking for his lost sex dolls but could not find them, so went full-on mad scientist and created the Hollows, and the biggest failed experiment since Marie Curie's radium experiments. One thing the story does right is making the characters feel fleshed out and developed only a small amount of screen time to work with. This is something that, for the most part, the LittleBigPlanet series does a really good job at. Anyway, you fight one last boss, and then there's this genuine, really touching scene where the puppeteer is reunited with his puppets, which in an epic plot twist turns out to be all the characters we've met from each world, and Craft World is saved. So overall, the story was actually really good. Probably one of my favorite video game stories of all time. It was an emotionally driven story that managed to make you feel a wide variety of emotions in a decently short amount of time. Each character was a lot of fun and probably needed a bit more screen time, but for the most part was fleshed out really well. My only two problems is that one, a lot of the story is told by massive exposition dumps, and number two, not a lot happens in worlds 2 to 4, but other than that, it is a very well handled story. Now, I know most of you are probably opening a Pornhub tab due to the sheer boredom of me discussing the story in this much detail, but I think it's important as the story is a big part of the game and is the first thing people will play when getting the game. However, the most important part of any game is, of course, the gameplay. Me Sackboy run, me Sackboy jump, me Sackboy grab, me Sackboy swinging into your girlfriend's DMs. These four or so things, not including the DMs part, are what usually encompasses the gameplay of LittleBigPlanet. Every game has its own unique way of diversifying the gameplay. Some use power-ups, others use level design, while this game uses everything. I mean, in one level you're hanging onto a flying train, the next you're jumping for hoops like a dolphin, then you're freaking grabbing nukes in the air, moving platforms with the Force, flying a living bug, and if all that wasn't enough for you, you also get the grappling hook and its flawless physics back. And let me just tell you this, if that's not enough to manage your ADHD, then I don't know how you live your life, because the gameplay simply never gets boring. A lot of games, shooters, the gameplay feels generic and almost never changes throughout the entire game. But in LBP PS Vita, almost every single level brings something new to the table or diversifies the gameplay in a very creative way. Let's take World 4, Coastal Valley, for example. In the first level, your phone trash video, the guy management all week 2. Then the second level, you're riding weird triangle vertical exit walls, and it's the second best power up in the game behind the ball power of Gecko City. Then you're jumping a rat swing off of flying trains, like I mentioned earlier, and you cap it all by running away from this enormous boss fight. If that's not enough variety of gameplay, I don't know what is. And that's just one world, mind you. All 5 worlds are like this, and everything hits. Everything is exceptional. I cannot name a single level that bored me in my tester playthrough. Remember what I said about the most useless feature ever put on the console? Well, this game that's more addictive than panic buying rare Segway plushes on eBay, actually manages to use this god-forsaken rear touchpad and make it feel fun and totally not forced. Not to mention the touch controls. The idea, you basically give Sackboy the freaking force. The ability to simply move platforms in the air using touch controls is utter genius. And the way you push platforms in with the touch and push them out again with the rear touchpad is a much needed way of giving this game an identity over the mainline games in this series. One level that used the rear touchpad decently well is Minor Threat, where you use it to control the direction of a flying vehicle to help you dodge obstacles midair. It's fun and it uses the functionality of the Vita well. Yes, it is clumsy of the 98-year-old great-grandpa, but if that's the only negative for this entire section of the video, then you know the gameplay is good. If a single one of you delinquents in the comments section even dares to say that the level design for this game is bad, I will find your IP address and steal all of your V-Bucks, because the level design for this game is near perfection. Like I said in the gameplay section, all 5 worlds mix up the level design constantly for the gameplay, but manage to maintain their individual themes and charms. And unlike one Italian, according to MatPat's Socialist Plumber, the themes are actually creative. Instead of just, oh, look, a grass world, you have the land of odd and expansive, detailed world with a variety of level designs and gimmicks and themes to back it up. Every world has a creative yet simple theme and uses it to create obstacles or aesthetics to enhance it. One example is in Carnivale, where you run through hoops, which is connected to the themes of carnivals in that world. I don't have to go into too much detail on the charm of this game, since it's more contagious than stupidity on Twitter. I mean, just look at these levels. The character designs themselves are usually quite good. For example, I love Sean Braun's look, but this Miss Sunshine character is just horrible. The only people that are allowed to like this design are insane people negative 20/20 vision, or one of those blue-haired people. Either way, the level design is gorgeous, but I don't want to bore you by going into excruciating detail. But I can't make a video about LittleBigPlanet without mentioning the sexy charm it has. And the music, oh my god. Let me just play you a few clips of some songs in the game so you understand how glorious the music is. LittleBigPlanet video does a good job of keeping the LittleBigPlanet charm that is officially the best thing ever according to Vladimir Putin.
Why don't you back it up with a source? My source is that I made it the f*** up.
Unfortunately, due to the Great Hacker Depression of 2021, the PS Vita community levels were sadly taken down forever and lost to history. I have toyed around with the create mode a bit, and I can say that the touchscreen really enhances the create mode experience. Unfortunately, my create scores in LittleBigPlanet are about as impressive as the ratings for Wonder Woman 1984. The create mode is basically the same as LBP2, but combined with new touch features, meaning this game is the only one in the series with the ability to create levels with touch controls, making it the objective best create mode in any LBP game due to how different it is from the other ones and how much you can do with it. Overall, LittleBigPlanet PS Vita has one of the best stories, richest level design, and impeccable gameplay in the entire LBP series, second to LBP2. And if you say otherwise, then... There you go, BlazingVictini. I stole your views. Don't worry, I'm just joking. If you want to check out Victini's retrospectives, I'll put the link to them in the description down below. But thank you all for watching. I hope you guys like the new camera. If you enjoy, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more. But for now, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.